Welcome to our physics class. Here we are looking at a question under the principles of moment of force. So let's read what the question says. It says 2 men of weight 500 Newton and 750 Newton sat at the ends of a 4-meter long seesaw. If the seesaw balanced horizontally, calculate the balance point of the pivot from the 500 Newton man. Remember, 2 men, one of them is 500 Newton in weight. So they're asking us to find the position of that pivot from the 500 Newton man. So let's draw the diagram to illustrate what the question is telling us. So let's take, for instance, this is our, let's draw the seesaw. Let's take from here to here, for instance, as our seesaw. And the length of this seesaw, according to the question, the length of the seesaw is simply 4 meters. So here is 4 meters. So at this end, the first end, I have a weight of 500 Newton. At the other end, I have a weight of 750 Newton. So you're asking us to calculate the balance point. So how do we determine the balance points where we have weights on both sides? So you must consider which of them is heavier than the other. 750 is heavier or bigger than the 500. Therefore, the pivots should be closer to the 750 weight or load. So the pivot should be here closer to this point than the 500. That's the only way we can have equilibrium or to balance the seesaw. So what's now the distance of this 500 Newton man from the seesaw? So let's classify the distance as x. So let's take from here to here as x. Let's take from here to here as x. That is the distance we are looking for. But don't forget, the questions, the whole length of the seesaw, the question says 4 meters. So if from here to here is x, what is now from here to here? Knowing fully well the whole length is 4 meters. So the distance from the seesaw to the final length will be 4 minus x meter. Here is x meter. So with that, I cannot take my moment at this point. Let's call the point O. Let's call that point O. You can call it anything of your choice. There is no particular alphabet to it. So I would say sum of moment at point O is simply 0. So this one is coming this way in anti-clockwise direction. This one is coming this way in clockwise direction. So the one that's clockwise will be positive and anti-clockwise will be negative. So what is moment? Moment is simply force and perpendicular distance. So this is the force. What is distance from here to here? That will now give us the moment of 750. The force is 500. What is the distance from here to here is x. That will now give us the moment for 500 Newton. So it's from this force to the point of pivot, to the point of the pivot, from this point to the point of the pivot. So if I should do that, I'm going to have 750 into 4 minus x minus, because it's anti-clockwise now, become negative, 500x equals to 0. So the sum of all moments will give us 0. So let's simplify what we have here. 750 times 4, that will give us 3000 minus 750x. 3000 minus 750x. Then here becomes minus 500x is equals to 0. So I will add those I can add. I can add 750 to 500. So I'm having 3000 minus 1250x is equals to 0. So to find x now, we collect like terms by transferring negative 1250x to the other side to become positive. So I'm having 1250x is equals to 3000. Therefore, my x is simply now 3000 over 1250 So x will give us 2.4 meters. So that is not the distance. Therefore, the distance of 500 Newton man from the pivot is 2.4 meters. So if you have any question or a similar question that you are having challenge, you can always post it on our comment section. We solve and make video on it. Thank you for watching. Recommend the channel, subscribe to it, and comment.